to the Club Soda podcast. I am your host, Jennique Mason, founder CEO of Club Soda, the only real dating app for people who don't drink. We are live in the App Store. We're invite only in LA. And today, our amazing guest on the podcast is PJ.
Hello.
Welcome to the pod.
Thank you for having me.
Oh my gosh. So PJ and I have literally known each other for fucking ever.
Ever.
11 years?
Yeah.
12 years?
Something like that.
Yeah, you've been sober just a scotch longer than me. Just a little bit. Yeah.
Just a little boost of ego. Just a little bit longer, but not too much. I mean, we found each other when I worked at Nordstrom.
Yes.
Yeah.
PJ was at the Mac counter turning some looks.
Right? I look back at those looks and honestly, girl, I'm like, whoa, she was feeling it, honey. She was feeling it.
And the nails.
Yeah, that's right.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, you're bringing back an era.
Yes, it was an
My
era.
acrylic nail days.
Those were real.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because I had come fresh out of like cosmetology school.
Exactly.
And I was wanting to play with all the crayons.
Yes.
So like when I came across like the acrylics and everything, that was like a big part of my intro to sobriety. I was like, here she is.
Exactly.
Here she is.
Exactly. And then our paths crossed again at the Blow Dry Bar.
That's right.
Yes.
Like God really did want us to meet several times. Like, it was like, and it was funny because I feel like I did. How was it? I did like your makeup a couple of times.
Yeah.
And then it just kind of, I think it slipped out about one of our, and then we made the connection. And we were like, no effing way, no wonder.
Yes. Yes. And then you were working at Gucci and I was living at Santana Row.
That's
a couple blocks away.
Oh my gosh. And then LA.
Yes. Yes. Which was not a planned thing.
That
although
was
it may
crazy.
Look that way.
That was like, I feel like that was just like the drill into the soil, honey.
I know.
Like when
family for life.
Yeah. When I was like, Jennique, because I remember it was an announcement made somewhere that was like, Jennique, I was like,
celebrating my 10 years of sobriety.
Yeah.
Yes.
I remember that. And I was like,
that was the first time we saw each other when I moved.
Yes.
Yes. Because when did you move to LA?
Like not too long before you did.
In 2023?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I think it might have been a year.
2022.
I think it was 2022.
Okay, because I moved to LA January 2023.
Okay, yes.
I followed you without knowing.
That's the thing.
I had to follow my sister.
It was just so bury that. I was like, oh my gosh, another like gold nugget, another like God shot, as they say.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So PJ is an incredible drag performer, Aurora Forte here in the house.
Hi.
And I remember seeing you perform in drag at Splash in San Jose. The real ones will know.
If you know, you know.
And you working that room and the choreography. And I was so blown away because I was like, this bitch is sober performing like this, you know? And that to me was so inspiring because like, I grew up, playing music like since I was a teenager, and I heavily relied on drugs and alcohol to be able to get on stage. Yeah. And to see you like work like that, like totally sober and present and in your element, it's like, and like being in that environment, and no shade to like any queens that are performing that are drinking, like everybody do what they want to do. And if you get the chance to see PJ perform, which are you performing tonight?
I sure am, actually. Yeah.
Okay, where are you performing?
I'm performing at Precinct in downtown LA for the show called Fat Slut.
Ah!
Shout out to Meatball. Thank you for booking me.
Oh my God, amazing.
Yes.
Okay, so if you are so lucky as to get to see PJ perform, Aurora Forte perform in the flesh, just the presence that you command in the moment because you're in full command of everything that's going on because you're sober is so impactful. Like as a member in the audience, like you feel that. I feel that. And I like when I had that experience the first time I saw you perform, I was like, oh damn, like wow, like this is possible.
Thank
you know?
you.
Yeah.
Oh
so I just have to say that.
Thank you for sharing that, honestly. Oh my gosh. Because that really cements and kind of affirms, because oftentimes I think we get really lost, especially as an artist, as you know, like being creative and being a creative in this world. It's like our minds are like our worst enemies. And I think especially the added element of like addiction can really cause turmoil and like self-doubt.
Yes.
Right? And so like fighting confidence within that is like really its own spiritual battle.
You were not kidding.
1000%. So for you to say that, and especially on like moments where I don't always believe it, really affirms that. So thank you.
No, it's really like truly inspiring work that you do, just sharing your joy and your creativity and your expression, your passion for fashion and the looks, so with your permission, maybe we can edit in a few shots
Oh,
of
yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay.
I would love to show you my life.
And diva is a female version of a hustler, of a hustler, of a hustler. And diva is a female version of a hustler, of a hustler, of a hustler. Na diva is a female version of a hustler, of a hustler, of a hustler. And diva is a female version of a hustler, of a hustler, of a hustler.
So, and I have some questions about that,
Yeah.
because depending on who you are in the audience and how familiar you are with, drag as an art or not, there is so much that goes into the production, into obviously, the fashion element alone. Would you feel comfortable sharing with us a little bit about like what that process is for you when you're putting that together?
Yeah. I guess the process of just drag itself, I think for me, it started off like, I guess I'll start off like when I first got sober, and kind of like, I think the interest lied with just like the fascination. So I was fascinated by the things kind of that I grew up with. I remember just like being a little kid and like always loving watching MTV.
Yeah.
And seeing fashion magazines, seeing like Naomi, Tyra, Linda, Cindy Crawford.
Yes.
And like that whole, like I grew up in the 90s. So like that era of just like media, fashion, and film.
And that
it
was really
just
like the best of the best of
Right.
the supermodel era.
Absolutely.
I mean, to me, it never got better after that.
Thank you.
That was like the peak.
I agree.
Right?
I agree. I mean, there are times where I get little flickers of hope and then we're humbled back. So, I mean, but there's still hope. There's still
We
hope.
keep the hope alive.
Yeah. I think just kind of being enamored and fascinated by that really kind of stuck with me, because it was kind of like my safe space. And it kind of flickered within something within me to just kind of like, oh, this is something that in a way of fantasy that I get to play with. And I think me being a Pisces, I love to live in fantasy, honey. That's where I get to like prance and have fun. And so I actually have like a major background of music. Like I know you mentioned earlier with like my confidence and stuff like that.
Yes.
It's because I grew up in theater. So
There you go.
so even before my first drink, I had years of experience with music, theater, and that was like my escape and go-to. So when I came to a point where I was like partying, and then I came across drag.
Yeah.
Drag was like my key, because I was like, oh, I can unlock everything that I've loved and have found safety in, and it can explode. And so, and the person that really kind of like touched and inspired me was Raja Gemini. Because
wow.
she was on, for those who don't know, Raja Gemini, I mean, if you've been living under a rock, first and foremost. But,
Get outside.
Get outside.
Get some sun. Yeah.
But she was like a pivotal artist on America's Next Top Model. She was like Tyra's right-hand person. And then she went on to RuPaul's Drag Race, won season 3, and just changed like the look and feel of what drag is. And it just, there was a joy within it. Equal parts fashion, equal parts joy, equal parts just having fun and not giving a fuck. And so when I saw all of that unfold, I was like, oh, that's what I'm supposed to be doing. Like it kind of cemented this, like even when I was a kid, I would put sweats on my head unknowingly, like pretending it was a wig. Like those were my braids.
Yeah, get some length.
And I always, and it was funny because I always like when I was with like as a kid with friends, I would play Sailor Moon and stuff like that. I always loved playing like the girl roles,
Of course.
but I would never want to be one. Like when my mom would take me to like when we would go to Mervyn's. and there was like the women's lingerie aisle. I'm like, oh, keep me away from that. Which is so. It was just so.
It was a foretelling.
Right. It's ironic, right?
You didn't want to see it then,
and now I have
now.
to go there. You know what I mean? Otherwise, I'm gonna look a wreck. So, well, I guess
Where's
that's
a good Mervyn's?
There's not. I know. Rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
But
Mervyn's lingerie department. Oh
girl,
my God.
I know, right?
That's a San Jose moment.
That part. That is a throwback. That is a throwback. So with all that in mind, like it just kind of if something felt affirming about like me doing drag made sense.
Mm-hmm.
And so I remember it was in the middle of my drinking and using that's when I like dabbled with it.
Yeah.
And then like the first night, even though I looked crazy, I still looked cuntier than most.
Yes.
So therefore I was like, ooh, I can get free shit this way.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's when the party and like it brought almost me doing drag in the midst of my drinking and using catapulted my disease faster to get me to sobriety faster, which thank God.
Well, that makes sense because you're in the nightclub party environment, you know, and there's a lot of drinking and drugs going on.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
absolutely.
then I would also imagine just like which you mentioned, like being the performer and everyone's probably buying you drinks and offering you other things and wants to party with you.
I mean, who wouldn't want to party with them?
I mean,
that's what I thought. And then they quickly regretted it after this bitch would like drop her wig in the toilet and put that shit back on.
Yeah.
And be like, lifestyles of the rich and the famous, throwing my titties across the room in like hotel lobbies, thinking I was Paris Hilton. I was looking more like Ange from Mob Wives. It was bad. It was real bad. But you couldn't tell me nothing. I was the only one. I think people agreed. You are the only one to stay over there.
It gets so messy.
Messy.
I remember one of the last like real like nights of drinking that I can remember. And I was actually in LA visiting. Well, I was on a work trip. And after work was over, I met up with some friends to go drinking, right? And we went to downtown LA and we went somewhere cute. I think it was karaoke. That was kind of fine. It was still sort of okay. We did like photo booth pictures and all the nostalgic things. And then cut to, I'm sitting on, you know those bushes that are on wheels that they use in front of restaurants sometimes? I'm sitting on one of those peeing.
Atta girl.
Just out on the sidewalk. Honey. Openly, just 0 F's given whatsoever.
And you know what I would have said? I see you. I see you.
And then when I got a cab ride back to the hotel, I puked in the cab.
Oh my God. Bless your heart.
Bless your heart. Driver,
my God.
Right? He was just like, oh God, I have to deal with you. And I was like, I'm so sorry, you know, and
oh, you're sweeter than me. I wouldn't have said sorry. I'd be like, have a nice night.
Take care. You've been blessed by my puke.
Yeah, thank you so much. I honestly probably wouldn't have even acknowledged. I probably was just like, thanks, good night. So good.
I like vaguely remember seeing the sign that was like $50 like vomit, like cleanup charge. And I was like, well.
I feel like I vaguely remember. Like, this is why I like sharing stories with friends because I forget.
We forget.
Yes. I think that's like the biggest detriment to like an addict.
Yes.
Is forgetting what happened.
Yes. You got the built-in forgetter.
Oh, there has to be at least a handful of times I woke up in my own vomit.
Right? I remember so I was living in Oakland and this was a party house, okay? The woman I was living with, who was a little bit older than me, she was like grandmother, like rock and roll underground party queen, okay? And she would throw huge parties. So I was like, oh, I could live there. Like, this works for me.
Yeah.
It fits my lifestyle. I was so bad, she kicked me out. Okay. And I remember one night after some party that we had there with like 100 people in the backyard, right? Lying on my bed, rolling over and vomiting on the carpet. And then just rolling back over to go to sleep. Just like nothing.
Honey, that's when you call a star. A professional. Because, I mean, you could have rolled right into it and just kept going. But you rolled over and walked off like a fashion model that you are, honey.
God. And she was like, well, I don't want to live together anymore. Not literally right after that, but shortly after.
She was like, I think I'm good.
Yeah, right.
I think I'm good.
And I was like, I had so little self-awareness at the time. I was like, this fucking bitch, you know? Why is she throwing me out? Like, she's lucky to have me.
That part.
You know? And it's like, okay, I was too much even for the party house,
Yeah.
you know? But I had like the worst relapse dream last night. You want to talk about forgetting? Yes.
Oh, I love relapse dreams. Tell me.
Okay, you know what? Like, so we were told, right, a lot, like this is a progressive disease, right? And I've been sober for 11 years. Okay, nothing, no alcohol, no pills, no drugs, other than nicotine and caffeine. I've had nothing. Okay. And even in my like active, like partying, drinking, using, whatever, I didn't really get into pills. I dabbled a couple of times. I don't know why I didn't, but like I remember a couple times like with my friend, we like whatever, we were drinking, we took some Vicodin, I took like Klonopin like, one time. It wasn't really for me. I just didn't like it. Okay. Yeah. But in my fucking relapse dream last night, bitch, I was just like snorting endless lines of pills. And that's really it's not part of my real story at all. Yeah. But it was so vivid. And when I woke up, like even in my dream, I was like, shit, I'm going to have to reset my time. I'm starting over. I'm at day one.
I hate that in the dreams when you're like the anxiety of like, but I find when that happens to me, I'm like spending the rest of my dream anxiously trying to like lie to everyone around me about my time. And then I wake up and I'm like, oh, thank God that was not real.
Thank God that was not real. Yeah. But it felt so real in the moment of my dream. And I was like, I have not had one of those in a minute.
Yeah.
You know?
But I almost feel like they're good little reminders.
They're definitely reminders.
Yeah. It's like, I feel like because I know like dreams are like our subconscious telling us certain messages in like visual form.
Yes.
And I think it's like, if anything, I've kind of like learned that those are moments to just remind, this is why you're still sober, bitch.
Yes.
This is why, like, keep going. You're doing good. You're doing great, sweetie.
Right? Because like I do not want that life. I do not want to go back to that. To the glamour of so stressful. Pissing in public.
I'm like, being an adult in LA is hard enough. I don't want to
Can you imagine?
Yeah.
I would die here if I was still drinking and using.
Same.
I mean, to the people that are here really doing the damn thing and they're in it.
Go off, sis.
Hats off to you. Because I would be dead.
I cannot. I'm already tired.
Right?
Mama, I don't want to add. I don't need another depressant, honey.
No.
Or I mean, if anything, the uppers, sure. But also, I see what it does, and I'm like, I'm good.
Oh, you see what it does. I was in. I did the LA Marathon last week, the charity half marathon.
Oh, you did that?
It almost killed me.
Yeah, that shit is intense.
Yeah. I'm like, this is really cool. Like, it was surreal in the moment to have like everybody like cheering. Like, people show up to cheer on the marathoners. They had all these cute signs and food and they were really into it. So I'm like, I'm grateful that I had the experience. I don't know if I'll do it ever again. But I was there. I was raising money for a treatment center, and some of the treatment center, members, the residents were there doing the damn marathon. Yeah. And like my friend, she was like on FaceTime to somebody and she was like, 6 months ago, I was smoking meth and sucking dick for money. And now I'm running the LA Marathon.
Yes. That's my kind of girl. That's my kind of girl. Yes.
I died.
I live. That's so iconic.
And I was in the back like.
She's here. She's all, fuck my drag. Damn.
But some of the other people like in our group, they're in like brand new recovery from the uppers, from the meth. And to see that up close.
It's like, wow.
You're starting over, honey. That shit destroys. It destroys.
And even the new, because the batch that's out there right now.
Yes.
I'll still go to like, what are they called? Conventions and stuff.
Yeah.
And, or just like the little weekend affairs.
Yeah.
And like, I'll go to like little workshops and they're talking about what's out there right now is different.
What is out there right now?
Yeah. It's like, it's 10 times more potent and powerful than it was when we were out on the streets.
Oh shit.
Like things that are like,
oh, so the meth has progressed as well.
it's like certain people will go out and it looks like they've been doing it. Like they'll do like body scans on them, and it's like the effects on their body is like as if they were doing it for 10 years.
Oh my God,
and they've only been
PJ.
doing it for 3 months. And I was like, thank God I got out when I did, because I was a meth girly. Tweaker Bell over here. Okay. And I thank God I got out when I did, because it's only gone. And then with the fentanyl scares everywhere.
Are they putting fentanyl in the meth too?
Yeah.
Oh my
That's
God.
how like
These fucking
I've seen a
assholes.
lot of people like that. It's unfortunate. And I'm very thankful, but I'm thankful with a heavy heart, because that could have been me. You know, and that could have been, and I think it's really important for us to remember and to like humbly remind ourselves that when that unfolds, there should be no disappointment or looking down or with shame, because could literally be any one of us at any time.
And that's the thing, right? That's the thing with all of this is like, it is not a moral issue.
Mhm.
Okay. It's a disease.
It is.
Period. There's like 60% of it's genetically predisposed. The rest of it's like environmental, psychological predispositions, and just like the world we live in, which is programmed to enable everyone to be addicted to something, you know? So to be able to have the experience of being sucked into that, you know, and to have the blessing and the miracle to be able to find sobriety, it is just a miracle, because any one of us today could still be out there, you know, in our like deepest, most active addiction. And so there is no judgment whatsoever.
Not at all. Like, bitch,
no.
like I said, I love fantasy. So I get wanting to escape.
Yes.
Bitch, just because I'm sober off of A, B, and C doesn't mean I find outlets in other ways.
Right.
And what I really liked is something that RuPaul said, is to always look at things, but don't stare at them for too long. Like,
I love that.
Don't stare at it for too long. And it's for me that I take that and comprehend that as a reminder to reel back and focus back on like your dreams and goals and things you need to get done. Because I feel like over time, I think adult and the climate of how our current world is with like social media and everything.
Yes.
I think everyone has ADHD at this point.
Well, yeah, absolutely. The attention spans are like 5
or like
seconds.
even if it's a mild form of it, because of the phones and the programming and all that. That's a whole nother conversation.
No, but it's true.
But like, it's easy to get distracted, is what I'm saying.
Yes.
And so it's good for me to remember, because especially sometimes what I tend to do is I can fixate, and I think that has to do with my alcoholism, is I like to fixate on things and stay there.
Yes.
And like
I can relate to that.
Oh, honey.
Fully.
Because there's almost like we find comfort in that fixation.
Yes.
Which is why like drinking and using was so like, oh, like our baby, like
this warm blanket.
Yeah, because it was comfortable, and we fixated on that toxic relationship.
Big time.
So it's like, and that transmuting into different various forms over like the years, and but it's a cool process and journey as a sober person to be able to take a step back, and it's like its own superpower to kind of like look back and see, oh, this is what's unfolding, and I get to change something about that. Work, diva. Like that's where like the beauty and gift of being a creative comes in.
Yes.
It's like, oh, okay, now I get to learn how to be creative around how I'm going to change this, how I'm going to make this not work for me, et cetera, et cetera. But I think the always hardest part is taking that step back and breaking away from the fixation.
Yes.
That's always the most difficult.
Yes. Yes.
So,
that first step.
Yeah.
Yes.
So kudos to anyone who does that with.
Oh, to anyone.
Yeah. To anybody like with or without a program, however you get there, as long as you get there, bitch. That's all that matters.
That's it. That's it. I know.
Absolute.
Yeah. No, it's so true. So you're preparing for this show tonight.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So what's the lineup? What are you performing? The looks? What's the concept?
So I've been actually so looking forward to this show since I moved here. Meatballs, she was on Dragula. And she's just one of my favorite entertainers just because she's like she reminds me of SF Drag, which is where I grew up.
Yes.
I grew up in the San Francisco scene. Pollo Del Mar, another sober drag queen, was my drag mother for years. And she taught me how to be a sober queen. So, but because of that like exposure, I learned that, because at first I wanted to just be a pretty queen. And but like what I loved about growing up in that, it broke that like and opened me up to even more than just that.
Right.
So being creative, storytelling, theater, and it was like all these things that I grew up with, being fascinated by and incorporating it. Right. So I feel like Fat Slut LA, Fat Slut, I think is the only in here. Whatever.
Yeah.
It's kind of a reminiscent of that. It makes me feel more at home because I get to do those more production style shows. So it's like it's that gritty, fun, like just let all bets are off, like have fun with it. And so the first number I'm doing tonight, it's because this will probably air after the show.
Yeah, that's fine.
So I'm doing a Paula Deen number.
Woo!
Where I'm like putting on like a little, like I have a little bit of like More to Love suit underneath.
Yes.
And I do this whole like Kristen Wiig does this whole skit as Paula Deen. So I'm doing that monologue.
Okay.
And then it goes into My Goodies by Ciara, and I'm just dancing as her, and just doing like kind of like I'm wearing like orthopedic shoes. I have a stick of butter and like chicken wing in my hand. It's fun. It's fun. And it just reminds people to not take yourself so effing serious.
No, it's about having a good time.
Yeah. So I wanted because I'm doing 2 numbers. So,
okay, so that's the first number.
Yeah,
okay.
So that one I've done in like San Jose, and that one was a hit. Everybody loved it.
Everyone loved it.
That one goes off. And then I was like, but I also want to do something kind of newer that I haven't done yet.
Yeah.
And so the second number is kind of more slutty.
Okay.
So I'm doing Cockiness by Rihanna.
Oh, fun.
No like monologue or anything with it. I think I wanted to make it more fun. So I'm doing it as kind of like the visual is that I look like one of those Carl's Jr. models.
Okay.
So think Pamela Anderson, basically. Pamela Anderson, Paris Hilton.
Yes.
And then on the different little offshoots. Now, granted, this is the plan. I don't know if it's going to unfold this way, but this is the plan. Stay tuned. So I want to have like every time she says, I love it when you eat it, because there's 3 of them.
Yeah.
I want someone to come out and bring a burger and I'm actually eating it.
Okay.
And then like having it like spill all over my tits.
Yes.
And then on the third and final one, I want someone to come out and bring ketchup and mustard, and I'm just spraying myself with ketchup and mustard in the audience.
Amazing.
There'll be a tarp, so I'm being
Don't
considerate
worry.
of other queens. But like, if the second part, it's going to be like slutty, but also like fat and messy. Like that's the aim.
I love it.
You know what I mean? Like,
yes.
because it's like I'm sure people are gonna be like, this bitch ain't fat. What's happening? What is happening? And then they're like, oh no, she's a fat girl at heart. Okay, got it. There we like that's.
I too am a fat girl at
honey.
heart.
If
I
you're not,
could just eat
I like
forever?
don't come on, live, honey, live. You only have one life. Live it, live it. Absolute. Mm-hmm. So that's kind of my creative process. I always just try to think of like how to have fun with it. My ADHD, OCD, all the D's like to try to. What I'm trying to really condition myself to do is to not overthink things.
Yeah.
Because I will think myself to the point where I want to just pull out and quit.
Oh my God. I'm so the same way. My perfectionism, I will just nitpick it to death. And then it's like, I don't even want to do it. I'm not going to release it. I'm not going to show it. And it's so destructive.
Yeah.
It's really, it's toxic.
Yeah. I think I'm in that era now of just wanting to act on the thoughts. Because that's something that I've been kind of like reading books and stuff on lately is like, that whole first thought wrong isn't always necessarily true.
No.
Thoughts can also be something that like, I know we don't, wait, sorry. Maybe
You're
if
fine.
you want to edit it out.
You're
we
good.
can't say higher power here, or we can.
Oh, just go for it.
Okay. Like oftentimes I think that like the first thought is maybe something my higher power is telling me.
Right.
And then my thinking about that thought is me trying to run the show and run that thought to the ground.
Yes.
So like
I agree with
sometimes
that.
it's like, I think like I need to like, or that thought is coming to me for a reason.
Right.
So looking at it, but not staring at it for too long.
Exactly. Yeah. Just like, thank you. I acknowledge you.
Uh-huh.
It was very helpful or useful, maybe
Yes.
what it is you had to say. And
Yeah.
now
Yeah.
You may leave. You may go.
Indeed.
Yes.
Indeed.
Yes.
So just trying to like act on things and going
Yes.
with it.
Taking the action, not overthinking. I love
Yeah.
that.
The only times I will have like what I forgot what they're called, like no-nos on.
Yes.
I'm gonna call them for now.
Yeah.
Is anything that has to do with like compromising my own personal boundaries and like,
Of course.
oh, like a drink sounds like a goat. No, bitch.
Yeah, exactly.
No.
Yeah. We don't entertain that.
No.
We cut that one right off. the
No. But that's where thank God we like put systems in place.
Yes.
Because my biggest defense is playing that tape through. And even if my playing the tape through, sometimes we'll want like alcoholism will want to like try to find ways to like put kinks in the system, and I'm like, no, girl,
Mhm.
remember your last day. And
You're making me think of this this TikTok. He's about to go out to the club, and he looks like he's talking to himself in the mirror, and he's hyping himself up, and he's like, and we're not doing drugs tonight, and we're gonna have a good time.
I'm not gonna do drugs tonight. May I have fun and stay safe tonight. May I not get high tonight. It's okay to go out. It's safe to go out. I love to dance and have fun with my friends. I don't need to do drugs to have fun. I don't even know if anyone's gonna be doing drugs, but I do know that whatever happens, whoever I'm around, I can go within at any time. And I'll be okay. I have the power to say no. No, thank you. I'm good, thanks. Not for me tonight, thank you. I love you, and I trust you, and let's have some fun. Not too much now. Don't get too crazy, because you're already crazy, girl. Love you. Let's go.
fierce.
Right?
I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do my drives every weekend to Palm Springs because that's where I work.
Okay. Oh, you're working in Palm Springs.
Yeah,
Girl,
actually,
there's
I
so
did
much
it.
that has changed.
Yeah, so I actually I worked at Palm Springs last night at Toucans. I perform every weekend at Oscars. Yeah.
Oh.
So that's where I'm performing most of the time now.
Oh my gosh.
Mhm.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
Next level. I love it.
So I perform every single weekend out there. But the reason why I bring that up was like my drives to Palm Springs.
Yes.
I'm really getting into podcasting now, like listening to the pods.
You're on the road.
And some of them, but I'm trying to find more ones about like self-help, kind of like inspiration, thought
Yes.
processes, things like that.
Yes.
Because there's so many out there. I'm like,
Oh, there are a lot.
I need ones with flair and that make me also make me laugh a little bit.
Yeah,
That's
I need
what,
to laugh.
That's what kind of resonates more for me.
Exactly.
Because if it gets too like, I'm like, girl,
I'm out. I'm asleep.
honey. Yeah, no.
Yeah, you got to keep me engaged.
I'm like, get over yourself, girl. Where's she at? Where's the real person at?
I don't need to hear this monologue bullshit monotone.
Yeah, I want the real you. Give it to me.
Well, on that note, we're going to take a quick break and we will be right back.
Club Soda, the only real dating app for people who don't drink and everyone that wants to date us. Available for download now in the App Store, Club Soda is exclusively invite only in Los Angeles. Club Soda is different from other dating apps because video and audio are required. No more getting catfished. You can request to be invited in the app and start matching with other sober curious, and sober-friendly hotties today.
And we're back. Okay, so before we dive into the nitty-gritty sober dating of it all and start spilling some scalding, piping hot tea, so you, right before the break, you had mentioned that you are performing now on the weekends at Oscars in Palm Springs and also Toucans, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I would love to hear a little bit about that, and then we'll go into sober dating.
Yeah. Honestly, shout out to both spaces. Originally it was Oscars, so shout out to Oscars, especially Dan, the owner of Oscars. If it wasn't for you, I would not be working right now. So thank you. I reached out a few months, like around, I think it was like end of September, early October. Because I was doing the TikTok situation.
Yeah.
And I was doing TikTok live.
And you
had
were
a
doing well.
Yeah. I had a lot of fun with it. But I foresaw, like, I don't want to be stuck behind a phone as my career identity. I know that's kind of where things are at. But I found something spiritually within me. Like, this is not what I got sober to do. And this is not the career I want for myself. So I wanted something more, like, I wanted to really work and earn my money. So I reached out to I also moved to LA to be a drag performer.
Mm-hmm.
And so I reached out to Spaces, and Dan was the only one that responded.
Mm-hmm.
I reached out to every club in LA, every club in Palm Springs.
Wow.
And Dan was the first one that was like, I'm totally open to you. Like, we have mutual friends. I already kind of like know a little bit about you.
This is at Oscars.
Mhm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And let's have you like audition. And that first weekend when I came out, he's like, yeah, if you're wanting to come out, you're more than welcome to. And then shout out to like also a really good friend of mine, Miss Willem, like which was a major big support and all of that too.
Oh, that's amazing.
And she like really like helped me out and put me up and just helped constructing me so that I could start working out there every weekend.
Wow.
So like with those two, like I would not be working right now.
Oh,
And then
I love Willem so much.
so
Oh my
much.
God.
Like if it
She's
wasn't
so
for Willem,
amazing.
I would, I would. And so she's a real one.
Yes. Yes,
and
she
I've
is.
always-
OG.
OG, and I've
Mhm.
always looked up to Willem, and so for her
Yes.
to like want to like see me and help me out, like I'm
Aw.
forever like thankful, and like I love her. No, like down. I
She's-
love her down.
She's an amazing person.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
And actually shortly after Dan reached out, I also reached out to Toucans, and then like about a month after, then the owner was like, Toucans was like, I really like your style. I've seen you. Like, yeah, do you want to come and try out with Toucans? And so then I started getting like Thursdays and Fridays at Toucans, like once or twice a
Amazing.
month. And so now I'm like at Toucans three times a month.
Oh my gosh.
And then at Oscars every weekend. And it's
Wow.
been going great. So I'm performing at least 3 to 4 times a week.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
Oh
very
my gosh.
grateful. Very grateful.
That's incredible.
And I definitely owe that to like my sobriety. If I was sober, I would not be continuing.
if you weren't sober.
Yeah, because even the drive alone to and from Palm Springs, bitch. Like,
No, I mean, because it's a couple hours, right?
yeah, like you can't be drinking and doing that.
Oh, no.
Weekly.
Not the way I drink.
Trust. So yeah, so it's been a great journey so far. I love it.
That's amazing. Well,
It-
I want to come to Palm Springs to see
Yeah,
you perform.
come through. We
Yeah.
have so much fun.
That would be amazing.
Yes. I think
Yes.
that was another thing too, is that like behind a camera being stuck and fixated just doing that as a TikTok live streamer, like I have theater background, I have all these things, and that doesn't always translate to just that small box.
No, you're kind of limited.
And I like connecting with people in real time.
You need more stage, honey.
Mhm.
You need more stage.
Yes, honey. I want to see, feel people and like connect with them.
Exactly. Like what we started when I said in the very beginning, one of the first times I saw you performing and I knew that you were sober.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of impact that you can deliver in person.
There's that physical energy
Yes.
that you can't.
There's no substitute for it.
Mhm.
Yeah, I totally agree with
Absolutely.
that. Yeah.
And so I know there are some queens who have issues with like bachelorette parties and stuff like that. I don't, girl.
No, come
but
through.
also come, honey. I'm like, I
You
think
get married, come through.
I will say this, that what I think that comes from my upbringing too. I grew up with like my mom and my sisters.
Yeah, a lot of women in your life.
So,
Yes.
and like, all like the people who really guided me in my life was like my grandma, my mom, and my sisters.
Yep.
So women, I feel the most like
Yeah.
connected in my vibe with. When I see women in the audience, I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm performing for you, bitch. And then I just play with the boys. I'm
Yeah.
like, your toys, your toys.
Which
Your-
is is that my phone? Did I just hear something? Okay, let me just 1 second.
yeah, no worries. Ding.
Oh my God.
I like how it was said. I like how it was like, I play with boys and toys and ding. That was actually God's timing, honey.
Oh my God, that was me. Okay, I silenced it. Okay, all right, okay.
That's actually really
It's
funny.
totally fine. Okay, we live for the bloopies here. We're pro bloopies. Okay. All right. So with boys being toys, I feel like that is my intro into dating.
That was a smart segue. I live. Yes.
So PJ, are you
Mm.
single? Are you seeing anyone right now? What's going on in your world, girl?
Single as fuck.
I've
Single
never
as
been more
fuck.
single in my
Oh,
motherfucking
honey.
life.
I think I've only, in my sobriety, believe it or not, I've only had one relationship.
Yeah, I would
Over
say
the-
about the same.
Yeah, like over the 12 years that I've been sober, one like consistent one relationship, I guess.
Yeah.
I think a lot of it is I just don't have time for bullshit.
I am with you. I know. I know.
I also am a very sexual being too.
Hello.
So and I'm only young once, and I'm like, I don't really want to just. I think there's a lot of factors. I'm young-ish. Not. I mean, at least when I got sober, I was young-ish. I'm young-ish.
Young and firm.
Young and firm. It is that kind of podcast. Just so you heard it here, and Jennique is my witness.
I couldn't
am
help
firm.
myself.
So if that interests you,
She's not joking.
she's not. She's firm, honey. She is. She is.
So there's different experiences you want to have, right?
Yeah.
I think is where you were going with that.
And I don't know. I think what also holds me back from like submitting to like a full relationship, like there was that moment in like the midway point of my journey thus far with my sobriety, where I was in that relationship for like 9 months.
Oh my God, girl, same.
Yeah.
Same. I've had one 9-month-long relationship.
I
in
swear,
the last
y'all,
11
Janique's
years.
and my synchronicities are fucking should be studied. It's crazy.
When was yours? When did it end?
Mine was probably like, I want to say year 4, year 5.
Oh my God. Okay, so I got sober in 2013. That guy I was with, whatever, briefly in 2017, and we broke up in 2018. So yeah, that would have been year 4, year
Literally,
5.
I feel like that was for me like a year prior. Yes. That is so crazy. I feel like that is so wild. I'm telling you, it should be studied. It should be studied. But I mean, I learned a lot. So what was really good about that relationship was, and it was my first relationship sober.
Which is a big deal.
It's a huge deal. It was my first relationship sober, and it was after having been sober for like 4 to 5 years.
Yeah, you're not like brand new.
Yeah, so there's that kind of like, I personally, I'm just going to give you my personal opinion.
Please.
I really do think in your first year of sobriety, like, you owe it to yourself to be single that first year.
And I did it too. I also did the same thing. I
Mhm.
also did not
I'm
get
so
involved with anybody
thankful.
the first year.
And you know what's funny is I think part of me wanted something that first year, but it
Of
never,
course.
I think God wanted something else for me, which thank you.
God said no.
Yeah, God said, no, bitch, you got to focus. You got acrylics to put on, honey. You got shit to do. And I mean, also, I do have like past trauma, so to speak. I did have my very first serious relationship was abusive. So I think that put a stain, and that kind of like led me to like, I don't want to have anything to do with this for a while. And since I was young when that happened too, I was like, oh, this is my first intro. I'm good. So when anybody shows any sort of red flags, I'm immediately
You're out.
scurry away.
Yeah.
I'm like,
you scurry,
no,
you run.
we're not. I'm not submitting to your controlling dynamics.
Not the
Nope,
one.
Not doing it.
The control. That's the
Yeah,
dark side.
I'm an immediate, like, you show any signs of manipulation or control or any of those things, regardless if it's intentional or not, I'm like, oh, my peace is my priority.
Period.
And unless you're contributing to it and adding to it, mama be gone.
There's no reason.
Yeah,
Why?
absolutely not.
Right?
I didn't get sober to be in more chaos, honey. And I know that chaos is comfortable for people like us, but shit.
There's the line.
No, honey. Absolutely the fuck not.
No, I did not get sober for that. I've not been sober for 11 years to be in a bad relationship.
That part. And it's like, if that means I got to be single a little bit longer, so fucking be it. I've been sober for 12 years. I've got time, honey.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
So you're stunning, gorgeous. You could have any guy you want. Okay, I'm sure.
You're so sweet.
Well, okay. And you're on stage and you're performing and everyone loves on you, I'm sure. Okay. So I'm curious, like, what your experience is like, like, do you, like, I just assume, but I don't know. Do you have a lot of guys, like, pursuing you that, like, want to date or?
I feel like yes and no.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get the chasers.
Yeah.
I feel like,
right.
but I always
that's like
kind
a
of
fetish thing, right?
thank you for
Yeah.
saying that, because it's kind of that's where I kind of shoo those ones away.
Yeah, because
Like
they're not real
if they're
contenders.
really hot and I want an experience, I consider it.
Yeah.
I consider it. I'm like, woo, you're actually kind of like, I wouldn't mind,
Yeah.
But it's like, but I'll also be like, but I'm not dolling up for you. That's a booking fee.
Yeah, literally.
Honey.
Oh God,
No,
what's that
girl.
about?
My makeup costs money, so you want
Yes.
this for that?
Yeah. Yeah, you're gonna pay.
Not saying I'm in a certain line of work. And no shame to that. I love my
Yes.
girlies.
Yes, that's
Trust.
right. Yes.
But honey, if you're wanting that, that's a booking fee.
That's right.
And that's also the era of Aurora I'm in right now.
Yes.
Drag costs money, honey.
Yes, your
So if
time costs money.
Thank you.
Yes.
Absolutely.
That's not free.
And that's, I will say, with that being said, that's been also my kind of like weird, like kind of swirly path of dating and sobriety has been for me, because I also do drag.
Yes.
And I'm an effeminate gay man, but I'm not also like, I'm still a dude.
Absolutely.
And so, and especially in like the gay world, I think there's that certain type that people want and people have. And
yeah.
And like
people's types.
Yeah, honey. And I feel like the older and quote unquote wiser that I get, I'm just like, it is what it is.
It is what it is.
And I also, my peace is my priority. And like, I like being able to fart in the middle of the night in my own bed. Without regard to whether or not somebody next to me is going to feel, a certain way about it. So, bitch, fuck off and let me fart. That's so gross. I'm so sorry.
And that's one of the benefits.
Honey, don't fuck with my peace, bitch. Don't fuck with my peace. Ah! I'm screaming.
No, but
Sorry, the Celsius is hitting, girl. The Celsius is hitting.
Oh my God.
But you know what I mean? It's just
I do.
I feel like, especially with people like, I'm sorry, I keep hitting the cord, but I feel like, especially for people like us who have been as sober, like the more sober you become, the more you find value in that serenity. That peace gives.
That's number one.
Yeah. And
that's
so
number one.
When somebody comes in with their A, B's, and C's,
it better be good.
I think I did a TikTok like this, actually. I was like, I don't want to know about your A, B, C, and C's. Give me the D's and leave. That's where I'm at. And I think I'll probably be more open to relationship. One, if it's like, if I'm seeing that you're hot, that you're bringing peace to my life, and I want to be around you.
That's different.
There's got to be a draw.
Exactly.
And I have to find peace within you. And if there's no peace within you, mama, there was probably an era where I was a fixer, but that era is gone.
No,
She's
that
gone.
ship has sailed.
Yeah, honey. I think, and that's the work that we do on ourselves.
Yes, exactly.
I'm like, the only thing that I'm fixing up is my makeup. Okay. That's
right.
The only thing I'm fixing. Okay. Anything beyond that, girl, it's our own personal responsibilities. And I say that as a we, because as a collective, it's not a finger pointing thing. It's just more of a reflection thing. Personal responsibility. I got to fix me, and my peace is my priority.
Yep.
And so if you're wanting to add to that, great. We can hang out and have a good time and see where it goes.
Yep.
But until that day comes, honey, mama, I'm focused on this bag. I'm focused on this hustle, and I'm focused on my future.
Amen.
Period.
Right?
So if you're hot, got a big dick, good credit, and bring peace, I'm available. Actually, even your dick, dick doesn't have to be that big either. Like, you can have boyfriend dick. That works too.
Honestly, I think that's better.
Thank you. And then I can feel like Cirque du Soleil, because I'm not an acrobat. So
Despite appearances.
I might look like it, but honey, looks deceive. So honey.
So I'd love to hear about a good old juicy dating horror story in sobriety, if you have one to share.
Shit.
You gotta have at least just one.
That one I would really have to like kind of dig and think, because
in the archives. Have they all been good?
Well, if I'm being honest, I usually just have like sexual encounters.
Okay.
I don't really like date as much as I know
Fair enough.
maybe it's unhealthy. But
There's no judgment here.
I think a lot of it has to do with just like, I think me recognizing and accepting that I'm a sexual being. If the sex isn't good, why am I going to continue this?
There it is.
You know what I mean? I guess there's the option of being open-minded to like, well, we can work on that together. But it's like,
But how does that ever really go?
Come on, honey.
Who has time for that?
Baby, less work is simplicity. Simplicity. I'm just kidding. I know. If you want something, you got to work for it. I get it. But
So they say.
I think it's just mostly like sexual encounters is what I've been doing mostly lately.
And they've all been pretty smooth sailing, it sounds like.
Yeah. I'm open to dates if it's something that's like intriguing and fun.
Yeah.
Like, bitch, I'm down. I love going to movies. I love games. People say walks on the beach. I don't always find that enjoying. I'm like, this is kind of boring. Right? Cool.
Watching the tide go in and out?
Oh, fierce. Okay, and what?
You're going to hold my hand?
Like, okay, stand on my toes. I can exfoliate my own feet. Thank you.
I was planning on doing that later tonight
Oh my God.
anyways.
Period. Exactly. But, like, I think right now my focus is just kind of cultivating the friendships that I have.
Which is great.
And bonding. And then but I will say this. I'm always keeping my eyes open, especially at the gym, I'm like, if I fancy and I see something, like I said, I am a fantasizer.
You're a Pisces.
I'm a Pisces. So like sometimes the fantasy will go off a little like, ooh, that could be a fun experience.
Right.
Or like that could be, I wouldn't mind but oftentimes I think my struggle is also who I'm always like really kind of attracted to isn't always necessarily attracted to me.
Oh God.
And
if that's not everyone's story.
Yeah. So
right?
Yeah. But then I do get hit up and I'm sure I'm that person for them.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
I've been on both sides.
Oh, honey, trust. But
I know.
also I'm like, there was somebody that I did because I also have picked up doing background acting work lately. So I've been like, when I'm not doing in drag like Thursday through Sunday, I'll do background acting work Monday through Wednesday.
She's working.
Oh, honey, I'm about the bag.
I
told
love
you.
it.
Yeah.
I love it.
I find too what's so like anybody who's like newly getting sober, be busy.
Right.
Busy. You won't have time to think about anything else. And all the struggles of while you're working, while you're busy. Bitch, at least you're getting paid.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
You know, so I find the more busy I am, the less I have to be worried about all the other bullshit.
Understood.
But somebody from a background acting gig reached out and was like wanting to. And I also was like, I respectfully declined because it wasn't really my type.
Okay.
But I'm always open to friendships that hopefully, like I mean,
that's positive.
Who knows? Maybe they can change my mind.
You never know.
You never know.
Right. So kind of looking back to maybe earlier in your sobriety, right? And you were like, was it awkward for you at all to like navigate like even just like the sober sexual encounters like initially? I mean, I don't know, but I've heard that especially between men, there can be a lot of assumption that there's going to be like drugs involved. Was that ever something that you had to deal with or?
Yeah, I mean, there was definitely concern. I think especially when first getting sober, the first like kind of blow and disappointment and kind of fear is that A, B, and C is not going to be fun anymore. Sex being one of them, you know? And so I'm like, but I don't remember a time when I was drunk and sex was great.
Right.
To be honest.
Right.
And,
I know.
Oh, same thing on meth. I like, honestly, but to refrain from going deep into that mindset, it's more, I think at first there was an initial nervousness, but then I found that having sex sober was so much better.
Right.
And like I've had, many times over the years, somebody who was high or drunk. And like if they were hot enough, I would finish. But then there's also kind of an empowerment. Like I've also have no issues if the sex is not going well, being able to find it within myself to be like, this is not working, sweetheart.
Which is great.
I'm sorry if this is personal to you. It's not working for me, and I need to stand up for myself.
Good for you.
And say, this is not working. Have a nice night. And sometimes they'll try to be, and I'm like, oh, you don't want to mess with this, bitch. No. I motherfucking said no.
She said a
I was
boundary.
being nice.
Yes.
Like, let's not.
No
turn
means no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Don't try it.
Don't try it. Sometimes all you have to do is give them a firm, and I'm firm.
As
As
we've
we
already
know,
discussed.
let me double down on that. So, like, there's been an empowerment. I think that was one kind of cool thing in sobriety was giving me the I don't have to endure things I don't need to anymore.
Yeah, that's right.
I do have the power of choice to snap out of something if it's not working for me.
Yeah.
And like,
absolutely.
and that includes
So
in sexual situations. Like there's been a couple times where I was like, bro, you're not getting hard. Why are we doing this? Stop.
And that's where the drugs and the alcohol, they turn on people. That happens a lot.
Yeah, it happens a lot. And then also finding an acceptance where like the roles are reversed and it's like, hey, no, like it's a blow to the ego. But mama, like finding like processing through those when it's like, yes, my sensitive side wants to like feel a certain way about this, but transmuting that into like, hey, it's not me, it's them. They're
Right.
not attracted to this. They have their own personal set of like attractive qualities that I was not fulfilling, and vice versa. Like
who
I have my
knows?
set as well. You know what I mean? So and
It's complicated.
Yeah.
There's so many elements.
We got a
at play.
complicated order. We got a complicated order. And so, but also just owning and being real with what it is that I like. And there are certain qualities that I can kind of like go back and forth with. And there are certain times I'm like, that's normally not what I'm attracted to, but something about this I am, you know?
Right.
And it's just, but I could only be really open and aware to that by being fully sober.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Because there were so many times I woke up the next morning drunk or high and be like, and woke up and was like, what the fuck did I sleep with?
Mm-hmm.
What?
Who is this person?
Honey?
Where am I? Yes.
And so having been sober and being in like the nightclub scene, I'm like, oh my God, I see it unfold. People with their beer goggles and the connections that are happening. And I'm like, thank God that's not me anymore.
Oh, I know.
Thank God.
I know. Sometimes me and Victoria, who was on the pod, we go dancing in the daytime at the Abbey.
Fierce. Fierce.
And the people that are there in a blackout that
Honey.
you get to witness, it's just like, that was me.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And I'm thankful that it doesn't have to be
Yeah.
me today.
Yeah.
Because the connections that are happening, it's like, these shouldn't be happening. These are unnatural connections that would not
Right.
occur in any other circumstance.
Totally. Totally. And so it's so funny too how people are, because other people were like, oh, she's messy. I'm like, oh, she's having fun, girl.
Yes.
She's just having fun.
Right.
Just let her be.
Right.
You know, let's just make sure she's safe. That's all
Yes.
that's all that matters to me.
Safety.
Yes. But girl, and I'm quick to remember, like, that was me, honey.
Right.
So that's where I used to be.
Exactly. So since you've been in LA and you've been sober, in the, encounters that you've had, would you say that a lot of those guys have also been sober or not?
I've had a few encounters with sober people. Some of them are also like sober by other means, or like their versions of sobriety.
Yes, self-defined. Sobriety, self-defined. Yes.
Yeah, everybody's journey is their own.
That's right. Absolutely.
And so it's like, I know some people like to put labels and define and stuff like that. It's like, no, it's just their own journey.
That's right.
Just meet people where they're at.
Yes. Yes.
But I've definitely had encounters too in LA where like they were drunk or high. And sometimes I was like, oh, they were so hot that fuck it, I don't care. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, just don't have that shit around me.
Well, and that's what I was going to ask. Like, in those situations, did you ever feel pressured to like party with them? Did they ever assume?
Whenever I feel like they would, it actually turned me off.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, this is what you want. I'm good.
And then you're out.
And then block. Like, because I'm gonna participate in insanity if I keep going back to this. So no.
That's amazing. So it sounds like, for the most part, the encounters that you've had, right, whether they were sober or not sober, right, like you're there because you don't feel pressured to use
Yeah.
or party with them, whether they are or not.
Yeah.
Right. And if you do feel like there's that expectation, you're just out.
And
Wow.
I think I like that you put it that way. It's when they are placing expectations.
Yes.
If there is no expectation, here's the thing, and I like to do this, and this is both romantic, sexual, and not both, but so this is like sexual, romantic, or even friendly. If somebody is offering me something, I always kind of feel bad because they're always like, "Oh, you're sober. I'm so sorry." Da, 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 da. And I'm like, "No, bitch. Don't be sorry for inviting me to the party, bitch. I want to be invited. Like you. Thank you for inviting me.
Right.
Like they will then confide in me and tell me how they've had experiences with like sober friends, and those people would get offended. I was like, oh, that's because they got work to do, honey. That's all on them. It's nothing to do but let me tell you my experience. Thank you for offering me that means that you want me around, and me getting upset with you is slapping that hand. Absolutely not. Like, thank you for wanting me to be on the same level with you. That means you're attracted to something and you want me to share it with you. My sobriety is my responsibility. My power to say no is mine and mine alone. And for me, it's again about attraction, not promoting this lifestyle.
That's right.
And how it's kind of unattractive whenever I'm doing shit like that.
Right. Right.
So it's like, no. Like, thank you for inviting me to the party.
Exactly.
I respectfully no, but I will happily watch you do it. And I can still, you're going to see it. And I'm telling you, as soon as last night, even, they were like, this is you sober, or I don't know what you're like when you're drunk.
Exactly.
Like, honey,
Yep.
I was like, oh, honey, I would not be here. That's what I usually tell them. I'm like, honey, I would be stumbling I would be in the toilet. That's where
you're going to find me.
That's where you would find me. Mama.
We're always having the most fun because we're the ones that are sober. I was at one of the gay bars in West Hollywood on Santa Monica last year with Victoria again and some other girls that we know that were all sober. And we were in there dancing, having a great time. And there was a tequila brand rep there. And this lady came over with like shots for us. And we're like, oh, no, we don't drink. And they gave us t-shirts that said like real people, like real tequila or something. And they're like, can we take your picture? And we did it because it was just fun, right?
Yeah.
But like the gag was that like we were all completely sober and not drinking any tequila.
It's probably because you were the best looking people there because you were not drunk.
And we were having the most fun.
Yeah.
Everybody else was just like slouched over the bar stool, you know, like sadly drinking, honestly. And that used to be me too. So I get it. I wasn't out there like, woo, you know?
Yeah, let's go.
PJ already knows.
Trust.
Well, PJ, before we start wrapping things up, everybody wants to know, are you on the Club Soda app?
I sure am, honey. Yes, ma'am, you can find me.
So if you're lucky enough to find PJ on the app, maybe he'll match with you. If you want to get on the app, PJ's going to have an invite code for you. And I just want to thank you for coming on the pod today. You're such a precious and treasured friend of mine that I've known for so